Yes, it begins with me in bed with 18 men.
And you get depressed easily. Whatever that means, I have the slightest idea what that means.
No, I don't.
I'm still thinking about moose meatballs. I don't know why.
Oh, they're
They
terrific.
fascinate me.
They really are.
So you start the show in bed with 18 men.
Yes.
Johnny Carson flirted first, then had to take it back on live TV. The 4 seconds. For 30 years, Johnny Carson was the safest man on American television. Millions of people fell asleep to him 5 nights a week. He never said a thing he had to answer for. January 22nd, 1975. Ann-Margret is sitting across from him, and Johnny leans in and tells her she can stay all night. You can watch the exact second he hears himself. He doesn't apologize. He explains. He tells the whole country he only meant the building, and then, because his mouth moves faster than his judgment, he adds that the building is nice. There are carpets on the floor. There are refrigerators. He is digging. Here is what nobody points out about Carson and beautiful women. He was almost never the one being flirted with. He went first. He lost.
Putting me down. I'm just teasing. You had to gain weight for that picture, didn't you?
I gained
They
about...
wanted you a little, softy.
Yes, I gained 15 pounds.
Gained 15 pounds?
It was a lot of fun gaining it, but I still haven't lost it all.
And then he had about 4 seconds to climb back out before the laugh ended. The climbing out is the funny part. 6 women, 6 holes he dug himself. And at the end of the night, a woman most of you know from Roman Holiday makes him admit out loud, on the air.
She's an incredible actress. Here's some Roman Holiday, Sabrina Fair, Funny Face, Love in the Afternoon, Breakfast at Tiffany's, The Nun Story, My Fair Lady, and we could sit here and read a long list. And this is the first time she's been on the show. And would you believe I'm a little nervous?
Yes.
Really? What?
Not to put you down at all. I mean, I would believe that because I would feel the same way. She's kind of very, very special.
She's a special lady.
She's delicate.
Not you. Yes, that's the word I was going to use.
Delicate.
Delicate. Would you welcome, please, Miss Audrey Hepburn.
That he was the nervous one. If you never stayed up for this show, all you need to know is that Carson ran it for 30 years, 5 nights a week, and the entire country trusted him to never be the one who lost his footing. That's the whole setup. Everything after this is him losing it. The book about touching. February 1974. A 27-year-old nobody named Suzanne Somers walks out. She has been in Hollywood for 1 week. Nobody in America knows her face yet.
Yeah.
I don't. But do you...
I haven't
Do
been
people-
on the casting couch yet.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't say, yet. Oh. No.
That was a slip.
Three's Company is 4 years away. She has written a small book, and the argument of the book is that people don't touch each other enough.
This has to do with...
It has to do with see, my basic philosophy in this book is that people don't touch each other enough. And
It's always been my, or they touch themselves too much.
that's what they
That's,
say.
that was Onan's problem. He
That's right.
grabbed a hold of himself and fell in love.
To demonstrate, she reaches over and takes Johnny's hand and holds it while she explains. Watch him try to make a joke out of it.
The book deals with communicating, but I mean as far as touching a hand, you can say so much more when you're holding someone's hand. Like, I'm holding your hand right now.
Right.
And this means...
Yes?
This means glad to meet you.
Glad
Doesn't
to
it?
meet you.
Now,
No,
this-
I'll show you. I'll show you what means glad to meet you, Suzanne. No, I know what you mean. Yes, that's like a universal, I suppose when the first 2 men met each other, they went, hey.
That's right. That's right. And people are really afraid to touch.
Especially men.
He starts to say he'll show her what a real handshake feels like and stops himself mid-sentence. He hears where the sentence is going about half a word before the audience does, and he pulls the emergency brake on his own line. No, I know what you mean. He interrupted himself. On live television, on behalf of a joke he was in the middle of telling. That is the entire pattern in miniature, And it's the reason this one goes first. Suzanne Somers did nothing. She held his hand and talked about her book. Everything that went wrong in that exchange, Johnny did to himself. And then Johnny fixed.
But I was thinking tonight of you and Ed. You've worked together for years, and you're obviously very good friends.
Right.
I've never seen you touch one another.
Well, there's a... see, we had a problem once. No, I know it. I know.
Take it on.
You mean just...
Take it on.
Keep an eye on that, because he is about to do it again. Worse, in front of a woman who will not help him at all. Nice carpets on the floor? Ann-Margret was the biggest movie star to walk through that curtain in 1975. Viva Las Vegas with Elvis, an Oscar nomination for Carnal Knowledge, and a reputation, at the time, as roughly the most magnetic woman working in American film. Carson gets in trouble before she's even sat all the way down. He asks her whether she enjoys being called sexy. She turns it around and asks whether he thinks he's sexy.
When somebody says that I'm sexy, I am very, very flattered. I think any woman would be, if she's honest with herself. Just, don't you enjoy being called sexy? Don't you enjoy when a woman calls you sexy?
Yeah. Kinda like
Really?
it. Do you think I'm sexy?
Yes, I do.
Really?
You have a very boyish sexiness.
I have a boyish sexiness. That's
You can
good.
get away with murder. Well, you can.
I
You can
could
say
get a couple of
things.
women who won't verify that.
She tells him he has a sort of boyish sexiness about him, and Johnny, who has spent a career letting compliments slide off, takes the bait completely and says he could produce a couple of women who wouldn't back that up. He is the one who brought up sexy. He is the one who volunteered the ex-wives. Nobody made him do either. Then comes the break. He tells her he's going to do a commercial and asks if she can stick around. Perfectly normal talk show housekeeping. Except what actually comes out of his mouth is that she can stay all night.
I do this first, then we'll come back. You can stay a while, can't you?
I think so.
You don't have to stay all night. I mean, just a little while.
Well, explain what you mean by all night. You mean till the end of the show.
Well, of course I meant that she doesn't have to stay until the end of the show. I didn't mean all night here physically in the building. Oh. But you can if you want to. I mean, it's nice here. We got nice carpets on the floor and refrigerators.
Lovely couch.
What? All of those things.
The audience does what audiences do. And here's where a lesser host would take the laugh and move on. Carson can't. He turns to the camera and starts explaining. He didn't mean all night. He meant she didn't have to leave when the segment ended. He meant physically, in the building. The word physically is doing an enormous amount of work there. And it isn't enough. And he knows it isn't enough. So he keeps going. He tells the country that she can stay if she wants to, because it's nice there. They have nice carpets on the floor. They have refrigerators. Refrigerators. The man who could kill a heckler with one raised eyebrow is now advertising the appliances in the NBC building to a movie star on national television at 11:40 at night, because he cannot find the exit from a sentence he started himself. And Ann-Margret does not rescue him. She sits there, pleasant and unhurried, and lets him work. Later in the same conversation, he asks her about her lipstick, decides out loud that the only way to determine the flavor is for her to kiss him in front of everybody.
You know she's wearing flavored lipstick? You know they make lipstick now in colors? Strawberry.
Wish I could find out the flavor, but if you'd kiss me here in front of everybody, you know. What flavor is it?
Strawberry, I think.
Strawberry?
Yeah, very good.
One of my favorites.
It's a good year.
And then has to sit with that one too. Every one of those was his idea. Why he kept doing it? So why does the most disciplined broadcaster in America keep walking into this? Two things were true about that desk at the same time, and they didn't fit together. The first is that Johnny Carson was, by trade, a man who says the slightly wrong thing on purpose.
Get a couple of women who won't verify that. That was on me. See, that was putting me down.
That was the job. The monologue, the double take, the line that goes 1 inch too far and gets pulled back, that's a comedian's muscle. And he had the best one in the business. The second is that a talk show is not a nightclub. There's no delete. There is a live studio audience, a national feed, and no way to take a sentence off the air once it has left your mouth. Most nights, those two things stayed out of each other's way, because most guests were men, or comedians, or people selling a picture. The comedian's muscle only got him in trouble in one specific situation, when the person across from him was a woman he found genuinely impressive. Because then the timing slipped.
She's an incredible actress. Here's some Roman Holiday, Sabrina Fair, Funny Face, Love in the Afternoon, Breakfast at Tiffany's, The Nun Story, My Fair Lady, and we could sit here and read a long list. And this is the first time she's been on the show. And would you believe I'm a little nervous?
Yes?
Really? What?
Not to put you down at all. I mean, I would believe that because I would feel the same way. She's kind of very, very special.
She's a special lady.
She's delicate.
Not your... Yes, that's the word I was going to use.
Delicate.
Delicate. Would you welcome, please, Miss Audrey Hepburn.
He'd reach for the joke a half beat early, and a half beat early is the difference between a laugh and a confession. He didn't stop doing it. Over 30 years he did it hundreds of times, and the recoveries got faster and funnier. And the next one is the only night he had to physically get up and cross the stage first.
I'm sorry, I got hung up in my dress. Am I supposed to come over there now?
Well, is that why you're sitting there? You can't get off the stool?
No, I couldn't get off the stool.
Oh,
See,
I didn't know that.
This dress is one of these new kind. Well, come here and help. See, this part of me is all. I don't know what to do. See, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm hung up in this blame
Okay,
thing.
now you're...
Wait a minute. Wait, no, I really am, but...
Okay, there you
I
go.
know what I'm going to do with this dress. I'm going to take it in St. Miners with the blame thing. It's the best thing to
There
do.
you are. How's that? You okay?
I'm sorry. See, I was really
The man who walked across his own stage. July 31st, 1980. June Carter Cash, Johnny Cash's wife, and a serious Appalachian performer in her own right, has just sung Ring of Fire, the song she co-wrote, and she can't get off the stool. Her dress is handmade, crocheted, and it has caught on something. So Johnny leaves the desk. He walks across his own stage, in front of the audience and the cameras, and starts trying to work out how to free a woman from her own dress on live television. He gets her out. She sits down. The conversation moves on to her 7 children and her husband and her life. And it is warm, and everybody has forgotten.
We have this little boy. We have...
Altogether, between his other marriage and your marriage, I guess, there are 6 children involved?
Well, no, there's more than that.
Oh, I didn't know.
See, I had 2.
I didn't get the official count today.
Wait a minute, just a second.
Yeah.
No, I had Carlene and Rosie. I had 2, and he had 4, and
that
then...
makes 6.
6, but we had John Carter, and that makes 7.
That makes 7, certainly does.
So I have 1 daughter, 25, 2, 24, 2, 21, 1, 18, and 1 son, 10.
That's a big brood.
Yes, and I'm worn out.
Except June hasn't. Some minutes later, she's telling him how much she enjoys the show, how she watches him from bed every night, and the audience takes that exactly the wrong way. And Johnny's eyes go wide and he starts protesting on her behalf before she's finished the sentence. She keeps going. She says she feels like she knows him better than he knows her, and then she adds the last part, that this was true right up until he got under her dress.
I love the opportunity of just being here with you because well, every night I lie down in my bed and you and I spend some time together.
I know what you're saying.
No,
yes, of course.
See, they took it wrong.
It's kind of by
No,
osmosis.
I watch you on the television, see.
I'm glad, yeah.
So I feel like I know you a whole lot better than you know me. At least until before you got under my dress.
Well, no, I just wasn't trying to help you out. I'm going to do a commercial. We'll come back and we'll talk some more. See what's happening, okay?
The room detonates, and Johnny, the king of late night, the man in the tailored suit, the safest pair of hands in broadcasting, sits there insisting to 40-something states that he was only trying to help. Which is true, which is exactly what makes it funny. He didn't do anything wrong. He just did something that could be described.
And in the meantime, I'm on unemployment. I get finally...
Now, isn't that strange? You do a coast-to-coast television show.
Right.
It's a 2-hour-and-a-half show.
Right. And the star...
And you're on unemployment.
Well, see, the misconception with someone starting out is that, like, my friends called me and said, God, what are you doing with all that money you're making?
Like you just made a fortune.
Right, and they don't understand that I'm still on unemployment. But I have gone up. I'm now making $90 a week instead of $27, now that I did a starring role.
Oh, that's good.
Isn't that terrific? But,
The one time the joke didn't land. November 1975, Lynda Carter is about to become Wonder Woman, and at this point she is close to unknown. A former Miss USA who is still on unemployment while shooting a starring role, she and Johnny are having a genuinely good conversation about how strange that gap feels famous on paper, $90 a week in reality. She's funny about it. She's self-deprecating. Then he asks her a real question. How does she handle it when men in the industry suggest discussing business over dinner and drinks? How does she tell the real offers from the other kind?
I saw the show the other night. Really,
Did you?
were excellent in it. I saw the whole show.
oh, well, thank
And
you.
I thought it was well done, and it was fun, and everybody seemed to be having a great time, and that's what it needed.
That's exactly right. We just, I think the way that they did it the previous time, they really didn't have fun with it.
Yeah.
They didn't do it and have fun, and all of us working with, this is my first starring role.
Is that your very first thing?
My very first starring role. And I'd done 2 small parts before, day player parts, you know.
Yeah.
And I tested for it in the weeks and weeks and weeks of waiting for the phone call, the phone call.
And Johnny, on reflex, tosses in a line about taking a shot. She doesn't laugh. She answers him seriously. She tells him it's a genuine hazard of the job, and one she simply has to go ahead and face.
Were you somewhat scared that people would try to take advantage of you and say, look, sweetheart, I'll get you a wonderful contract, let's go out to dinner and talk about it? You read all that.
Oh, I've read it all, and I'm still scared of that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's still not out of the realm of possibility. Those people do exist, but it really is changing. It is changing.
Fellas have said to you, why don't we talk it over at dinner?
Sure.
Now, how do you handle that?
I say,
How do you know whether it's for real or it's not for real?
well, it's usually not for real if they're asking you to dinner and over a drink. If it's done in the office.
A lot of business is conducted out here, over a drink and dinner.
Yeah, but if it's a...
You take a shot.
No, but I was really serious about it because it is a hazard.
Well, it's a hazard that I've had to face, and I have to just go ahead with it.
And you can watch Carson change gear mid-air. The joke is already out. There's no getting it back. So he does the only thing left. He drops the comedy voice entirely and follows her into the serious answer. That's a different kind of stumble from the others, and it's the one that says the most about him. He wasn't being crude. He was being a comedian in a moment that had quietly stopped being comedy, and he was fast enough to notice within a second and a half.
John?
No, not about me. What I'm trying to say is I think sex is an inner quality.
Yes.
A woman can have a lot of sensuality.
Let me tell you, as far as I can see right here, she's a very sexy lady.
And that's what I'm talking about. We got 2 of us right here tonight.
Yeah.
Let me do this. We're going to come right back. We have a new sponsor tonight. No, it's not a new sponsor. Yes, a new sponsor. I thought it was an old sponsor coming back. We have some of those sometimes. See, you get me all upset and excited here tonight, and I can't do anything.
The clammy hands of the king of late night. March 30th, 1976. Audrey Hepburn's first time on the show. She has been away from film for nearly a decade. The nerves in that studio are not hers. She sits down and mentions, gently, that he's used to this and she isn't. He answers that he isn't used to having her there. Then he takes her hands and immediately volunteers, unprompted, that his are a bit clammy. Nobody asked. Nobody would ever have known. Johnny Carson told the entire United States of America that his palms were sweating.
I was just saying that for a moment, as I told you, I was a little nervous having Audrey here today, and I was trying to think of Robin Hood.
Robin
I'm
Bow
much
and
more
Arrow.
nervous than you.
No, and I couldn't think
You're
of...
used to this, I'm not.
I'm not
Imagine
used to
how
having
I
you here,
feel.
though. How do you feel, really?
Huh? Well, your hands are cold, so am I. Mine are a bit clammy, though.
No, they're not clammy.
Okay.
And even if they are, who cares?
Audrey dismisses it in 11 words. They're not clammy. And even if they are, who cares? He recovers, mostly. Then, later, discussing whether sensuality is something a person carries inside them rather than something they display, he decides to settle the argument by announcing to the camera that as far as he can see, she is a very sexy lady. And he hears it. And he panics. In that Carson way where the panic looks like a joke, and he blurts out that there are two of them right there tonight, pulling himself into the sentence so he isn't standing in it alone. But the moment that makes this whole video worth 20 minutes of your evening happens after the break. The cameras come back. Johnny turns to Ed McMahon, and he says that she was terribly nervous and then, without being asked, adds that so was he. And then he asks Ed a question. He asks whether it showed. Sit with that. The most composed man in American broadcasting has just checked with his announcer, on the air, to find out whether the country noticed he was rattled.
It's real style, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Real style. Lovely lady.
Classy lady.
She was terribly nervous tonight, but so was I. I think for her.
Yeah.
Did I show it at all?
No, you're fine. I like particularly the part when you couldn't remember Robin Hood's last name. I thought that was...
Everything else on this list, you had to infer. Here he simply tells you,
Put on the egg conditioner.
Can you put on the what?
Egg conditioner.
It's air conditioner.
Right.
But you say it like... What?
Egg conditioner.
Egg conditioner.
Sounds very strange.
It does sound very strange, but it's all just kind of
They put all the words together.
contracted.
Yeah.
Put on air conditioner.
Egg conditioner.
Egg conditioner. That's very weird.
I must get you the book. It's very funny.
That's
I have
like
some very funny expressions.
All right. There it is again. That's nice. That's much better. There's a nicer hum to it this time. Put a man on the moon. We can't get this turned off over here. And once again, here's a very lovely young lady, Olivia Newton-John. Olivia?
he couldn't turn off the air conditioner either. June 1974. Olivia Newton-John, 25, newly arrived in America, is explaining Australian slang to a man who is visibly losing the thread of his own bit. He can't get the pronunciation. He can't keep up with the joke. And in the middle of it, defeated, he turns and snaps at a humming air conditioner somewhere off camera.
You have a slang. I was talking to John Newcomb and Rod Laver last weekend, and they sent out a thing for an opening, and they had some very strange terms that I was not completely familiar with.
Well, some of them I couldn't tell you, but...
Well, some we have that I can't tell you either.
We have a language, or it is sort of a joke language, really, called strine.
Strine?
Strine, you know, Australian. See? Strine is S-T-R-I-N-E.
Oh, I see.
And there's a gentleman in Australia who wrote a book and put the words phonetically, so as you read it, you can't read it at all, but as you pronounce it, it comes out like a terribly strong Australian accent. And the man's name is Affleck Lauder, which if you say it quickly is Affleck Lauder.
We put a man on the moon, he says, and nobody here can turn that thing off. The man who ran the most watched hour in America could not shut off a fan. Then Olivia gets the last word without trying. She's brought back out to sing again, and on her way past, she remarks that maybe she hangs around there a little more than she should. He has no answer. Here's what I want from you. Was Johnny actually caught out? Or was every single one of these slips a bit he had worked out in advance? The carpets, the refrigerators, the clammy hands, all of it engineered to look like a man losing his footing. Half of you are going to say he was far too sharp to ever be caught by anybody, that 30 years at the top doesn't happen by accident, and that the fumble was the act. The other half of you watched his face when Audrey Hepburn took his hand. Tell me which side you're on.